So I passed my UK driving test. Yay! But here's the plot twist. I failed my first attempt, and technically this was my third test booking, but only my second actual attempt. The first time I literally couldn't even drive out of the test center because there was a slight knot missing from the car and they would not let me use it, obviously. And then I failed my next attempt. Hey, and honestly, that one hurt. But instead of waiting months, I managed to find another test day just 3 weeks later. The second time around, I realized that passing your driving test isn't just about learning how to drive, it's about learning how to think like a driver, okay? And yes, I watched a lot of driving test videos, like probably more than I watched Netflix. I was analyzing everything. What did they do here? Did the examiner mark me wrong here? Would I have done the same thing? I kept playing it over and over in my head, and I failed at a roundabout, so I focused on that. And I'm going to put some of the videos I watched on screen because honestly, some of them taught me things my brain apparently refused to learn the first time. All right. But here is something important: watching videos can help, but they cannot replace good instruction. For me, having good instruction was a massive part of getting better. And I don't just mean someone telling you, turn left here, slow down, mirror signal maneuver. No, because if all you learn is what to do on a particular road, you can get completely lost when the examiner puts you somewhere you've never been before. Okay, this was what happened to me. I was cramming my test routes and I got confused. Good instructor should help you understand why you're doing something. Why are we checking that mirror? Why are we changing speed here? Why is that gap safe or not safe? Why should I be planning this junction before I actually get there? Because that's what the examiner is really looking forward to, right? They're not looking for a perfect driver. They're just looking for safe, independent decision making. So don't memorize the route, learn the skill. And that was probably one of my biggest lessons. Don't try to memorize the test route, learn the principles. Your examiner can take you somewhere you've never driven before, and that's actually the point. They want to see whether you can handle the road, not whether you've memorized 3 roundabouts and a parking bay. After failing my first test, instead of thinking, oh my God, I am terrible at driving, I had to ask myself, okay, what exactly went wrong? And, that changed everything. I stopped looking at the test as something I just needed, right? I started looking at every lesson as an opportunity to find the things I was not noticing, my observations, my planning, my speed. And those little things add up. But seriously, if you're learning to drive right now, please don't let 1 or 2 or 3 failed attempts convince you that you can't do it. A failed test is feedback. It tells you where the gaps are. Sometimes your second or third or next attempt isn't just your second chance. It's the attempt where you finally understand what you were supposed to be learning all along. So if you're preparing for your UK driving test, my advice is get good instruction, watch videos, but don't just watch them passively. Ask yourself what I would do here and why, and practice in different situations, not just the test route. Understand your mistakes instead of being embarrassed by them. And most importantly, learn to drive not just to pass, because passing the test is the goal, right? Yeah, we know, but becoming a safe, confident driver is the real win, right? And yes, second attempt, baby. Yay! My shoulder pad. Hi. You guys are not going to hear what do. Hey, see ya, guys.